The captains are at midfield for the coin toss.
Yeah, Dad's here too. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Go home, bro. Go home. Go.
Bay Path Regional has won the toss and will receive to start the ball game.
We're gonna cook. Guys, can we get out of the box? Steve, just make sure.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Friday Night Football with your Swampscott Big Blue going up against Bay Path Regional for the first round of the MIAA playoffs, the beginning of the road to the Super Bowl. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm Josh Harriman. Joining me tonight for the first time is Joseph Pilot, and down on the field is our two other announcers, Joseph Blood and Paul Revenus. Joey, welcome to your first night of football.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here. Excited to see an amazing game, high-stakes game, playoff game.
As Bay Path Regional is 8-0, as they're on top of the leaderboard in the MIAA bracket. I believe it's going to be a close game between the two. Swampscott has definitely had the upper hand in a few of the games. The last game, Saugus, they beat them 56-0, a complete blowout game. As Swampscott is going to start off, as Swampscott is going to start on defense. Toss to receive.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a really interesting game. Undefeated team versus a really great team.
And as the kick is underway, the clock starts, and we are back underway as the ball is dropped instantly. And with that, it's going to be a touchback. So Bay Path will start on the 25-yard line. We'll see Swampscott's first line of defense.
Interesting position by Bay Path here to start. Seems to be so far back, and they have a really good trend back there, but I guess they're afraid of the big one.
Yo, do you want one of these? Yo, just tell me when you want.
First and 10.
It'll be 1st and 10 for Bay Path at the
It's going to
2-yard
be 1st
line.
and 10 on the, I believe, 2 or 3 yard line. It's going to be on this 2-yard line. So basically, right now, Bay Path is almost in safety range against the Big Blue.
Not a good catch and receive. So that's your position.
That ball's going to go up the middle with a small gain of yards for Bay Path. It's going to be second. It's going to be 2nd and 8, I believe.
Yeah, another classic play for Bay Path. Big running team. That's how they've gotten so much success. So we'll see how that goes against the big tough.
That's right. It's going to be 2nd and 9, a gain of 1 on the play. Ball is on the 3-yard line.
2nd and 9 for Bay Path.
Outside. Bay Path's trying to look for some open yards. It slips, gets tackled down. Good enough for first, I believe, 1st and 10 for Bay Path.
Yeah, classic play from Bay Path. Reverse to the outside, gets around the corners, but big tackle by number 9, Brian
Bay
Giro.
Path ball carrier brought down by number 7, Henry
First
Beitler.
to figure out who ran the ball and made the tackle for Bay Path as
It'll
the
be
numbers of the teams that call it
1st
as
and
their
10 for
opponents.
Bay Path.
1st and 10 on the 14. Bay Path still first possession of the ball in the game. And as tonight, we're going to do something a little bit different as we have 4 announcers here tonight. It is myself, Joey P., up in the booth for the first period, and we're going to be switching throughout announcers, ending the game with myself and Paul on 4th. He's going to look for a run. Has the open shot. Almost clear. Almost got him. Is running down the way, and it is stopped. Very downfield.
Great run by Bay Path. That looks like
Sorry to cut you off, Joe. It's going to be Brochu for Bay Path.
Number 7, Caden Blanchard.
Our yardage, making a
carry
first
for
and 10
Bay
near
Path.
Swampscott territory.
big
Brought
run
down
for
by
Bay
number
Path.
3,
Looks like
Gabe
they're
Tripp. It'll be 1st and goal for Bay Path.
offense so far. Again,
Touchdown.
outside run.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line for Bay Path.
Blocked by receivers. But great tackle by Gabe Tripp to stop. Touchdown.
Great tackle. 1st and 10 on the 11 in Swampscott's defensive end. Looks like it's going to go up the middle again with a small yardage. The ball is loose and it is picked up. Henry Beitler with the ball. Beitler has nobody behind him. And it's a fumble on the play. With that, it is going to be 88, Actually, it's going to be an 88, 89, somewhere around there, yard touchdown for the Big Blue to bring it right off.
Number 7, Henry Beitler with the fumble recovery. Touchdown, Swampscott.
That looks to be either big tackle by Liam Keeney or Will Bush out the linebacker. And a great scoop by Henry Beitler. Turns on the Jets, gets a touchdown.
And with that, it's 6-0 Big Blue, 9:41 in the first period. And with that, Swampscott is going to try for a point after attempt. And with that, both teams have to be really lucky with the wind, especially because earlier today it has been blowing like crazy. Hopefully it settles down, or it might just stay the way it is.
Definitely. Yeah, wind will definitely be a factor tonight. It's Moreno's looking to get PAT. He's been steady over the season.
Moreno with the kick. That is no good. The score is still 6-0.
And after attempt is no good. And that makes the score, the Big Blue, 6, the Minutemen, 0.
And get it right down the end. The last game I announced, McKeelan Davis had a kickoff return touchdown.
Oh, definitely. McKeelan Davis is definitely a big player, and it helps a lot of the other teams be open, and it's showing with Henry Beitler. Even though he may be a running back, he can do great defensive plays on the field.
So here we go, 2 up to Swampscott.
And with that, we're back in as where the game started. Swampscott on the kicking end of the field. Bay Path trying to get another chance at a touchdown. And with that, the ball is kicked far. And it's going to be another touchback for Bay Path.
Smart play by Bay Path there after the error with the return. I believe fair catching it at the 3 last time, which led to the points. So this time being smart and playing conservative.
And with that, the reason why Bay Path started on the 2-yard line, he caught it, but then he accidentally released it and fumbling out of his hands, making him drop it and pick it right back up and just to leave it there. But with that, it's going to be on the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Bay Path. Bay Path's second attempt to get a touchdown.
Go feet. Go feet.
Bay Path looking for the opening drive. Goes wide, but is taken down. Second, I believe it was a loss of 2. Making it 2nd and 12 for Bay Path.
And nice run, a little short for Austin.
Bay Path
Congrats
running back
for Bay
stopped in the
Path.
backfield by number 4, Will
Reinforcing
Bush.
the running
It'll
game.
be 2nd and 11.
It's going to be 2nd and 11 on Bay Path's 19-yard line. A great stop by the Big Blue in the back end. Ball is snapped. Bay Path with the run up the middle. Stopped. I believe they regained the yards that they needed. It's going to be 3rd and 8 from the 23-yard line.
A nice little run by Caden Brochu for Bay Path, but stuffed again by that great linebacker core of the Big Blue with Liam Keeney and Jay Domilovitz.
And as Swampscott would definitely had to make a change to their lineup as Luke Sirianni is out with a ACL injury. We hope he gets back to this. Bay Path with the pass. And with that, it is, I believe, incomplete. But it is with the officials' call, it is going to be caught. Making it 1st and 10 for Bay Path on the 38-yard line.
That's good enough for a Bay Path.
Very interesting play there, just a fade on the outside and throws it up. And it was great coverage by Nikeelan Davis, but just a really good pass, goes right in the pocket, and made a great play with his helmet popping off to make the catch.
1st and 10 on the 38-yard line for Bay Path. Bay Path with the ball, trying to find an opening spot. Gets stopped right out inside the yardage of play. I believe it's going to be a gain of 1 or 2 for Bay Path. 2nd and 8 on the 36-yard line. Excuse me, that's actually going to be on the 39 or 40-yard line. 7:21 left in the first period. Swampscott still up by 6.
It'll be 2nd and 8.
And a gainage of 1 for Bay Path.
In Bay Path, another wide receiver run or jet sweep to Austin Kravitz. Once again, looking like he's going to be a major part of their offense.
Back on the line of scrimmage. A run up the middle. Whistle is blown right away. With that, it's going to be 3rd down and about 4. Excuse me, that's actually going to be 3rd and 5 from the 43-yard line.
In another run from Bay Path, the majority of their plays have been run so far. It looks like they're trying to use their powerful line and running backs to try to get some movement on the ground.
Back up the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 5 on the 43 for Bay Path. Bay Path with another run up the middle. Bay Path getting through for another 1st down, being stopped by numerous Swampscott defenders, being stopped by Nikeelan Davis as well. It is another 1st and 10 for Bay Path on the 39-yard line. 6:08 left in the first
Number
period, in the first
7,
quarter.
Brochu on the
Swampscott
carry
still
for
up
Baypath.
6-0. There's still a lot of game left to play.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Definitely, and another run from Baypath to Caden Brochu. He looks to be a key part of this offense, being a big running back, just very powerful.
And with that, it's going to look like it's going to be a pass. A little bit too high, and with that, it's going to be incomplete. It's going to be 2nd and 10 right where they are. Almost intercepted by Swampscott.
Yeah, great play by Gabe Tripp to force him to the outside and use his long sides to cause an incompletion.
Baypath pass intended for number 3, Aiden Faucett, incomplete.
2nd and 10 on the 39.
2nd and 10
Swampscott
for the
still up by
Minutemen.
6. Baypass, 2nd attempt to get a touchdown. And with that, it's going to be a run up the middle, gets tumbled, and it's going to be a gainage of 5 or 6 on the play. And with that, it's going to be a 3rd and 6 or 5 from the 34-yard line. And it's going to be a gainage of 4 on the play. 3rd and 6 on the 35-yard line. 5:24 left in the first.
Brought down at the 35-yard line.
And another run by Baypath. It looks like that's majority of how they get their offense with Braden Downs. With another run, which looks like they got a huge running back core, and it looks like they're using it to their advantage.
Back on the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 6. Baypath still 2nd attempt to get a score on the board. Running up the middle again, gets free. And I believe it's going to be the first touchdown for Baypath. It will. It is 6-6 tied game with 4:54 left on the first period.
And Baypath once again going to big running back Caden Brochu for the touchdown. Now with 4:54 left, it's 6-6 tie game, and it's going to be close, and it's going to be a fight in a phone booth.
It is definitely going to be a fight between both teams here tonight, as Baypath is going to go for a 2-point attempt. Most likely either going to run it up the middle, and with that, whistle is blown. I believe it's going to be a no call.
Flag on the play.
It's going to be a flag on the play, I believe.
Looks to be either a holding penalty on Baypath, and that's going to back them up for the 2-point conversion.
And that Baypath lining up for a 2nd attempt at their 2-point conversion, trying to get the early lead here tonight. Looking for an open pass. And with that, it is going to be no good as he's pushed out of play. Luckily, it was not called as a penalty, but still good play by the Big Blue. And Swampscott will have their first chance on offense after their turnover.
Great defense by Gabe Tripp to break up the pass, where they're looking to go to Aiden Foss, one of their big receivers. But great way to break it up, and it now remains 6-6. And here's Big Blue return team to go back on the field, for the first time. And this high hopes, as they have been very successful over past weeks with multiple returns from both back returners, Gabe Tripp and Nikhil Davis. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, as they're both in the back end of the field. Both great runners, as Nikhil Davis earlier in the season has gotten a kick return touchdown. And it's going to be picked up by Tripp. Whistle is blown as he felt his knees with the ball. He's going to stop it there. Swampscott gets their first possession of offense. 4:53 left in the first quarter. 6-6 tied game.
And it will be interesting to see Big Blues offense because they have not got a chance to be on the field with defense just holding up so strong. So we expect high hopes for Bombarda to lead the defense on the field.
Bombarda in the backfield for the Big Blue. Bombarda looking for the open player, finds Davis. Davis trying to find the open end, and with that is pushed out of bounds. I think it's going to be a gainage of 1. If not, it's going to stay right where it is, 2nd and 10 on the 23.
Again, another great play for the Big Blue. Looking to get everyone involved, especially in the Keelan Davis, one of the most versatile players, getting an end-around jet pass, and looking to get and picked up a couple yards.
It's going to be a loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and 11 from the 22. Bombarda with the snap. And with that, it's going to be another great gainage by the Big Blue.
And Will Bush proven to be a great asset in the running game. With you can't really go wrong. 2 great running backs. Henry Beitler already a defensive touchdown, and Will Bush gets some yards too.
Swampscott line it back up on the scrimmage. 3rd and 7 from 26. 3:48 left in the first period. Bombarda looking for an open person. Finds Beitler, but isn't able to catch it. Making it 4th and 7, right where they stand. Swampscott might be able to go for it, but may not, as a few subs are taken out.
It was just really good coverage from the defense, honestly, and Bombarda had Beitler on the route just a little out of reach.
And I believe Bombarda is still staying out on the field, as it is going to be a punt from Keelan Davis, and it's going to go far down past the 50 as they catch it by the 35, trying to return it, gets caught on one of his own teammates, but is brought down by the 39-yard line, where Bay Path will have the 3rd attempt on offense to get more points on the board. 3:29 left in the first. Both teams are tied at 6.
Good punt by Keelan Davis. Way to get it down away so that defense can just get a chance to do what it's been doing and hopefully get some more points on the board defensively and cause a turnover.
Like I said earlier before the game started, we're doing something different since we have 4 announcers. I'm going to be heading down to the field. Joey Blood will be coming up to take my spot. And with that 1st and 10 ball snap by Baypath, going to run it onto the outside. And with that gets stopped right by the 41-yard line. I think Baypath's strong hand here is running it through the outsides.
And yeah, once again, Baypath keeps using the big senior running backs, Caden Brochu with another run to the outside. But great tackle by Liam Key, way to go over, even though he's being the weak side linebacker. And here's Baypath.
Baypath lining up on the line of scrimmage. Ball is snapped, going on the outside. Gets stopped halfway, and it's going to be a 2nd and 6 from the looks of it. It's going to be a 2nd and 7, I believe. Gainage of 3 on the play.
And another run from Baypath to Kane Brochu. And another great tackle from this linebacker core. It's serving to be great for the Big Blue with Will Bush catching him on the edge.
2nd and 6 on the 37-yard line. 2:28 left in the first. Still tied. Baypath slowly getting down to their Swampscott's defensive end of the field. Looking for an outside run. Trying to find him. Slides out of play. I believe he's playing the wrong game. This is football, not baseball. Other than that, it is going to be 3rd and short for Baypath. Actually, it's going to be a 1st down for Baypath as they pass the first down mark.
And Bay Path another little jet outside run pass to Braden Downs, and went again to the outside where he slid because he saw some big hitters coming with Nikeelan Davis and Brian Gioro coming straight forward. And here is Bay Path to go, motion. It's a pass, is actually a screen to number 7. That is Caden Brochu, and that is broken up by Will Bush. Sniffed that out very well, and that looks to be about a loss or about a gain of about 1 or 2 yards. Great play by Will Bush to just react like a nice Bobby Wagner.
And it's going to be 2nd and 11 on the 31-yard line. 1:05 left in the first. Still 6-6 both teams. Bay Path's trying to get their second score on the board in the first period as we're a little under 60 seconds left in the first. And it's going to be an outside pitch to Bay Path. Bay Path slips! And it's going to be another loss of yardage on the play. It's going to be 4th and 12, I believe. Actually, it's going to be 4th and 13.
And Bay Path, another pitch. It's been there. It's been the name of the game tonight for Bay Path. Again, Braden Downs, another pitch outside, but great coverage and great way to just get through blocks for the defense, holding the corners, and players actually sliding to try to get away from some of these big hits from the linebackers.
As with 12 seconds left, it's going to be actually 3rd and 13 with 9 seconds left on the board. 6-6 tied game. Bay Path's trying to do something before the whistle is blown, or they might just be wasting time. 1 second, ball is snapped, gets far, but not far enough for a first down, and it's going to be 4th and halfway, I believe, for Bay Path. I believe Bay Path might go for it, or they might punt. We're not sure, but that is the end of the first period. Swampscott tied 6-6 with Bay Path.
And after a great game so far with tie game, which is going to be an interesting one, undefeated and for Bay Path, and the Big Blue have playing some tough opponents, but we're looking to be a good game. And now we're going to go down to the field with Joey Blood and Paul.
And wow, what an incredible game. Even in the first quarter of this game, it has been a great game. As I'm going to have Paul take it away now with some things he's noticed and his thoughts on the game.
Gain of 9, excuse me, and it will now be 3rd and 1 for Bay Path.
3rd and 1 for the Minutemen.
You have to wonder if the Big Blue stop here, is it 4-down territory? If you don't get it, the Big Blue will start. What will happen?
Here we go. The Big Blue D needs a stop. Looks to be sending heavy pressure. And it looks to be a jump on the Big Blue.
Flag on the play.
Yes, and that will be offsides for the Big Blue. That looks to be number 58, Timmy Sheehan. Just a hard count, got him. And that will be a 1st and 10 for Bay Path.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
You needed a stop, and now they get the first down unchallenged, which is definitely a brutal call against the Big Blue. Coach Bush, you can't see him, but Coach Bush is yelling at his team, trying to get them to regroup, slow the tempo down. They should hold the momentum here at home.
And here, the Big Blue looking to get a stop on the first down for Bay Path. And here, under center, they look to be sending heavy pressure again. It is a pitch outside once again to Caden Brochu, and then he goes to the outside, and he is brought down. A big hit by number 8, Liam Keeney, to send him out of bounds, and that will be about a gain of 5 for Bay Path.
Bay Path ball carrier bumped out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
And here, the defense is playing really tough. But the big running back Arsenal for Bay Path with Caden Brochu being very fast and powerful. It's given Big Blue a challenge. And here is Bay Path on a 2nd and 5. They motion. And it is a inside handoff to Caden Brochu, and he is brought down by, it appears to be Liam Keeney and Vaughn Hazel with a big tackle, but it will unfortunately be a 1st and 10 for Bay Path. And here, the Big Blue is changing it around the formations, trying to solve the problem of that big running back, Kane Brochu. And here, another motion, and it is the same play is a inside zone to Brochu, and that looks to be stuffed by Timmy Sheen and Will Bush for about a gain of about 3. And the Big Blue defense looking to stop them here. It would be huge with only 5 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. They need to stop to get some momentum.
2nd and 6.
And here is Bay Path changing the formation. And there is another run to the outside. And Henry Beitler with a huge tackle on number 1, Austin Kravitz. And that will be a loss of about 3 for Bay Path and a huge TFL from Henry Beitler.
The 49-yard line in the backfield by number 7, Henry Beitler. 3rd and about 8 to the Minutemen.
And here is Bay Path. Need a 1st down. Big Blue needs to stop. And there's another run. And it is actually another pass. Fake. And it is incomplete. Huge hit coming from, that looks to be Sam Morse with the big pressure. And that will be incomplete. Looking for Aiden Frosset once again. And that will be now a 4th and 8 for Bay Path.
Left in the 2nd quarter. Keep in mind, the Minutemen elected to receive the ball after winning the coin toss. So we'll see if that happens.
And it is a dropped snap, and that is a
brought down.
Big tackle by Brian Giarla off the fumbled or muffed snap, and that is Brian Giarla stopping them at the 40-yard line. So the Big Blue will now have great field position at the 40-yard line after a turnover on downs for Bay Path.
Looks like it was a low snap. The punter from the Minutemen couldn't get it, and that will give the Big Blue a lot of momentum. Hopefully the fans will start getting a lot more electric here. We haven't seen as much of them as you would have hoped if you were here in Swampscott. Hopefully they will take that as a challenge and get a lot crazier in the 2nd half. Brian Giarla making the great TFL, bringing the offense back out for the Big Blue.
And here is the Big Blue offense, giving it once again to big Henry Beitler. He makes a move, bounces off, and another great block, and he is stuffed about a gain of a yard or 2 after the run to the outside. And yes, there'll be a gain of 2 for Beitler, which already being incredibly active, playing both sides of the ball, but is serving a big role in this game. And here is Bombarda, trips on the right side. He is looking to pass, and it is a screen to Nikhil Davis, and he is caught, and he has blockers in front, and he makes a move, makes another move, and he is in for the touchdown. Nikhil Davis off of a screen, and that is a big, huge play for the Big Blue off of a great couple moves and great couple blocks, and a greatly organized play for the Big Blue to get the big 6 points.
Nikhil Davis for the Big Blue. Whenever he gets the ball in his hands, he is electric. for the Big Blue after the muff punt. That really set the tone, giving the Big Blue the momentum, and then they brought it right down the field in 1 or 2 plays thanks to the touchdown for Nikhil and Davis, as we'll see a PAT out. As Marino is 0 for 1 for extra points this game, they'll give him another chance to bring the lead up to 7 for the Big Blue.
And here's Marino to kick, and it is good for the kick. So he is 1 for 2 tonight, and that is a big, huge momentum shifter for the Big Blue. It is now 13-6 with 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go. Big Blue leading after a huge play by Nikhil Davis. And
see a little score error. We will get that corrected right away. The score is 13-6 for the Big Blue. 3 minutes and 28 seconds left in the second quarter. We'll see what the Minutemen can do here with little time. The Big Blue also get the ball at half. So if they can stop them, score again at the start of the second half, then it will look to be all Swampscott with the momentum. Momentum is huge here in these playoff games.
Definitely, and kicking off once again, that defense comes right out to make some huge stops after Nikhil and Davis already being a huge impact on defense and on offense, playing like once again a DJ Samuel type player. And here is Marino to kick, and it is a high kick, and it is going to be fielded, and it is actually a handoff back, but that is stuffed by Brian Giarla. No trickery here, and it appears to be a flag on the play as well. That I believe that might be on Bay Path for a little excessive after the play, but huge play by Brian Giarla.
So we're actually going to see face mask against the Big Blue. I think that's what that. Let's see what the refs do here. Brian Giarlo not falling for any of the tricks, having none of that, but he will bring the tackle. We'll wait to see what the referee does here. We see them get zoomed in.
And it appears to be, yes, a face mask
against the Big Blue. That'll be 15 yards. Definitely costly for the Big Blue.
And although it may have been a great tackle by Brian Giarlo, that a little excessive mistake can be costly. But now it was Bay Path on the 40-yard line with great field position, but the Big Blue D looking to get a stop. And here's Bay Path. They are looking for another pitch to Caden Brochu. He has over, I think, 15 carries so far tonight, and he's been a major part of this offense. That is about a 7-yard carry for Brochu.
The Minutemen definitely making sure he gets involved in this game. They have to use their star running back. They don't have much time though, with 3 minutes and counting with the clock rolling. They don't have much time to run many more run plays. We'll see what happens here.
And here's another run, and that is a big tackle by big tall linebacker Jay Domilovitz after another run. This time, instead of to Brochu, to Calvez for a Bay Path first down. And here they go, 1st and 10 from about the 48, and it is another run up the middle, and breaks a tackle, and that is again Brochu breaking through tackles, but is brought down by Liam Keeney after a gain of about 12.
The clock still running here, 2:15 left in the second quarter. They don't have much time, but they want to get a touchdown.
And here is the play. Another run to Brochure, brought down by Brian Giarlo.
Caden Brochure on the carry for the Minutemen. Brought down by number 8, Liam Keeney.
There's another run play to Brochure, and that is about a gain of 5. And that will be a 4th down for
Bay
Third and
Path.
2 for the Minutemen.
That should be third and
That,
8.
that should be a third down. My apologies. And that is a run to the outside. And that is stopped by Big Blue at around the 35. And this is going to be close.
You see the line judge. We'll see what he says. He's waiting.
And they might need to bring out the they might need to bring out the chains for this one. But
Looks like it will be a first down for the Minutemen.
25-yard line.
and now they are at the 25 Bay Path. And there's another run to Brochure up the middle for a gain of about 5. And time is ticking, and there's only about a minute left for Bay Path, 2nd and 5.
Time is of the essence here if you are the Minutemen. This whole drive, they've been running down the field. It all seems well, but not when you have 50 seconds left in the second quarter in the red zone. They might have to go pass here.
And that is another run to Brochure, and he breaks the tackle, and then he scores the touchdown for Bay Path after some good blocking by the receivers. And that will put the game at 13-12 with 41 seconds left, and an extra point try for Bay Path.
We saw last time they go for 2. They could go for 1 here to tie the game, or go for 2 and take the lead going into halftime. If they go for 2 and get it, that'll definitely get in the heads of the Big Blue at halftime.
And here is Bay Path. It looks like they might be going for 2 for this one to capitalize the lead.
Last drive, it was all runs. We didn't see a single pass attempt. They will go for 2.
Here's Bay Path. Another run to Brochure, and he is in for the 2-point conversion. And that will now be 14-13 Bay Path with 41 seconds left.
And that makes the score Bay Path 14. The Big Blue
And now the
13.
Big Blue will be having a chance to get the ball one more time before half.
Let's see how aggressive the Big Blue decides to play it. 40 seconds, you do get the ball at half. They could elect to just not go super aggressive and just take a chance on the drive, or they can go for a miracle here with 40 seconds left and really get into the heads of the Minutemen at halftime. Both ways seem like solid options, but they could, if they go for the aggressive drive and they get a costly mistake, that'll really cost them at the end of the game. But we'll see what Coach Bush elects to do with his team here.
Here, Bay Path to kick. Again, the return team is a factor. 2 great returns back there with receiving touchdowns this year. And here is the boot, and that looks to be going to Keelan Davis, and he's going to field it. And he has a hole, and he breaks a tackle. Still going, breaks another tackle, and he is brought down at around the 39 after breaking multiple tackles. And that is starts the Big Blue with some great field position.
Solid field position here from the Big Blue at the 40-yard line. 33 seconds left is the official call. Second at the end of the first half. Let's see what they'd elect to do here.
And here's the Big Blue offense. Trips to the right side, looking potentially for a big pass. And here it is. Bombarda rolls to the right. Has some space, throws to Keeney, and is outside of his reach to the outside, and that'll be incomplete pass, but stops the clock with 28 seconds left, and it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Big Blue.
28 seconds here in the second quarter.
And here is the Big Blue. Again, trips to the right side, looking, and they switch to ace, actually. 2 receivers each side. And here's Bombarda, looks to pass, looks for Marino, and it is picked he's picked off by number 7, Brochure. And that is now a turnover for the Big Blue, and that is a 1st down and 10 for Bay Path.
That is the cost of when going for a high risk, high reward doesn't work out. Bombarda looking for a screenplay read immediately by the Minutemen. That'll give them the ball in the Big Blues territory. Let's see what they can do here with 23 seconds left in the second quarter.
And a good pass by Bombarda, maybe a little late, and looking for Marino, but swiped away by Brochure. And here now Bay Path at about the 40-yard line. First and 10. And then motion. And it is a pass. They're looking deep, looking to the outside corner. And it is complete to number 3, Aiden Fawcett, once again. And they will elect to take a timeout.
Minutemen.
Gabe Tripp tackles, keeps him inbounds. That'll cost the Minutemen their first timeout of the half. Both teams down to 2.
And here, only 15 seconds left. Bay Path is going to have to decide to either kick a field goal to get some points or go for it all. And here is the Big Blue in Bay Path coming out from the timeout. Big Blue coming out with keeping people back, trying to make sure that there's no deep throws. And here is Bay Path with 2nd and 4 with only 15 seconds left, looking to get a play going. And here is another motion, and it is a pass, drops back, looks to be a screen to number 7, Caden Brochu, and that is there's a flag on the play, but he is forced out of bounds by Nikeelan Davis and Joe Marino. But there will be a flag on the play, potentially illegal man downfield for Bay Path.
If this is against the Big Blue, it will be costly. And that is the correct call. Illegal man downfield against the Minutemen. That'll send them back far. 8 seconds left in the second quarter.
Caution mistake by Bay Path because a great screenplay, but one of the linemen gets too far downfield, and now backs them up with still a 2nd and about 4 from about the 34-yard line.
So that penalty will be 5 yards. That'll bring them back to 2nd and 9. Big Blue have to hold on here. 8 seconds left. If the Minutemen score here, that will be devastating. If the Big Blue hold them off, that'll be a good thing to look up to at the halftime. The Big Blue have definitely performed better in the second half. Coach Bush, once he figures out what's going on, he knows how to switch up their tactics. As we see a timeout, Swampscott.
And smart play by Coach Bush. Sorry, it's a 2nd and 1 for Bay Path. Only 8 seconds left. Good way to use a timeout to make sure the defense is prepared. Get your guys out there for deep routes and just try to prevent either a field goal or a touchdown or points on the board.
As that also gives the Minutemen a chance to regroup on offense. Let's see what happens here after the timeout.
And here's the Big Blue looking to hold to no points. And it is a drop back for Bay Path. And he's looking deep. Pressure from Timmy Sheehan, and good pressure by Timmy Sheehan to cause an incompletion. Only 2 seconds left for Bay Path. 3rd and 1 from their own 39-yard line.
That play was definitely the right call by the quarterback. Didn't see anything open. Let's get one more play with 2 seconds. You had to play the lottery a little bit, not knowing how much time was left, because you are facing the opposite side of the clock, so you don't really know. Just you have to hope that it wasn't 8 seconds. And now we see 5 men back for the Big Blue. Definitely a bold strategy here for Swampscott.
And definitely want to protect the chance of a touchdown. So just get your guys who can catch you or tall to try to break up any passes that come around. And here's Bay Path under center. And there's a run to Brochu, and he has blockers in front. And he goes, and he is brought down short of the touchdown key play, and that is a huge tackle from Liam Keeney and Gabe Tripp to stop Bay Path, and that is now, we are now at halftime, 14 Bay Path, 13 Swampscott Big Blue, and it has been an interesting game so far. Bay Path has been run dominance, but we will see how they do in the second half.
All the Big Blue fans' hearts beating as they went for a run. That's definitely the downside if you have a 5-man back, risking letting in a rushing touchdown. But they hold off, luckily, thanks to the tackle by Gabe Tripp. And we will see the Big Blue marching band perform at the halftime show. We'll catch you right back for the interview.
And here, before the marching band comes down, we're going down to the field with Josh Harriman and Joey Blood to get the game time experience and see how the teams are doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the halftime report. I'm down in here with Joseph Blood. Swampscott and Bay Path Regional is tied up. Bay Path actually leading by 1. Swampscott, both teams have been really good so far in the first half. Joey, what do you got to say?
There have been, I do believe, 2 touchdowns in the second quarter, and we've seen many plays here as Bay Path is now leading. Sorry, my bad. As Bay Path is now leading just by 1 point, 14-13. We could be seeing this be a stamp in the game that could matter if Swampscott can't make a 2-point conversion later ahead if they are tied like this.
Thank you, Joey. And with that, still Bay Path is up by 1. There's still a whole entire second half to go. And I believe some people have a surprise from Mr. Rovey at the end of their performance, so stick around for that. Other than that, let's head it back up to the booth with Joey and Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the field for a special presentation. Swampscott High School's class of 1989 celebrated its 35th reunion this summer. As a gift to the school, they challenged themselves to raise enough money for the marching band to purchase a cargo trailer to transport the band equipment to and from the field and to away games, including this year's game, Thanksgiving Eve at Fenway Park. Joe Bullock, representing the class of 1989, is here tonight to present Ed Roby and the Big Blue Marching Band a check for $8,000 for the purchase of the trailer. Thank you to the class of 1989 and congratulations to the Big Blue Marching Band. McKeelan Davis and Gabe Tripp back deep for Swampscott. McKeelan Davis on the return for the Big Blue.
And welcome back after halftime. I'm Joey Blood coming up from the field for your play-by-play this quarter. As we have just entered the third quarter, we've already seen one play from the Big Blue. As we're going to get right back into another just momentarily. As this seems to be an amazing play here for Henry Beitler as he makes his way down the field at least 40 yards. As he does something short of a celebration with him and his teammates. That was a great play for Swampscott as Beitler was able to run at least 40 yards down the field, getting them even closer to the goal and out of their own territory as they are now on the opposite side of the field.
That's right, Joey. Henry Beitler definitely knew what he had to do. He had to turn on the afterburners as soon as he got past all the defensive side and being able to get Swampscott down to the position they are right now.
As it seems as if the play that just happened was a fake, it didn't work so well on Bay Path, as they were able to figure it out almost immediately and get Swampscott's runner down within the first 5 seconds. As they're now going to line up for another play here. Should be starting any second now. As the pass was complete, they're going to get a first down on this, I do believe. As the pass to Joe Marino went swellingly, they should be getting, I do believe, a first down.
That is absolutely right, Joe. It's going to be first and goal for the Big Blue. Big Blue being down by one singular point since nearly the end of the first half. And with that, Swampscott slowly but definitely making their way into Bay Path's territory, trying to look for a third scoring chance of the game, also bringing their lead up by another 6.
As the run play for Swampscott almost gets stopped immediately by Bay Path, they created a circle there to try and push the player towards the goal, but Bay Path pushed right back, and they ended up going almost nowhere, except for just a few yards up. As I do believe first and goal now. The second trick play did work for a short period of time, but one player caught on, led the others like a beehive, and they all came at once onto the runner.
It'll be third and goal for Swampscott.
Definitely a good attempt by the Big Blue, trying to get their way into the touchdown, into the end zone. Excuse me. We got 2 opportunities left to get it in there as ball is snapped by Vombarda.
As Vombarda's ready to throw, it is going to be an interception for Bay Path as they're going to make their way up not so far, stopping it around the 25-yard line. That is going to be an interception by number 11, Jameson Burke, a wide receiver and defensive back. Defensive back on defense, of course, and the wide receiver who we should be seeing now more often take the ball, as he is going to be on offense. And as we are now going to see Bay Path on offense. A tragic play for Swampscott, as they could have gotten a touchdown there, but that is the third interception type thing of the game, as we've seen fumbles and other interceptions throughout the game. I do believe either third, fourth, or fifth.
Please come and show your support for the cheerleaders.
As the ball, not even a few seconds in, was already hiked by Bay Path, went down immediately. And they're going to move back about 2 yards. I do believe 1 or 2 yards. They're going to move down 1 yard, and it is going to be 2nd and 11, Bay Path. As the teams are going to take their positions for this next play. The ball's been hiked. It's going to be a run straight down the middle. It's going to work for a little while, gaining them about 5 yards on the play. With Caden Broche running the ball. He is the running back for Bay Path.
For the Minutemen at the 25-yard line.
And that is Swampscott trying to keep Bay Path in this hold right now as they're 3rd and 7, trying to make it down into the 4, trying to make it 4th down on Bay Path. They got to hold him here.
As the ball's been hiked, almost had to cut you off there, Josh. It's not going to take long until Swampscott's able to get over to Bay Path. They're getting about 3 yards on that play. Not too many yards, but still yards on its own, as the ball is going to be 4th and 3rd. Question is, will they end up going for it, or will they punt? As the ball's going to be started, it's going to be passed from John Vombarda over to Joe Marino. Joe Marino's going to make insane yardage, as they're now going to be 1st and goal with this play, as that was about 30 yards up. A great 30 to 25 yards, I do believe, something around there. That is going to be a great play for Swampscott, as they are now only 5 yards away from scoring a touchdown. Question is, will they be able to do it? As the ball is going to be ran in by the quarterback, that is going to be a touchdown for John Vombarda with a QB sneak. A great touchdown for Swampscott, as now they're going to be putting themselves into the lead. John Vombarda's first touchdown of the game tricks many players from Bay Path, as half of them ran the opposite direction that John Vombarda did. Josh, what are your opinions and thoughts on that touchdown?
Definitely a great move by Vombarda. Bay Path so far this game has been trying to figure out which way they've been closing Swampscott in by the way they've been going, as they're trying to go for a second point, and is brought down, which is going to stay at 19 to 14 Swampscott. But other than that, a great move by Vombarda, trying to get the point, definitely getting points on the board, especially this late into the 3rd quarter.
As that was tragic, as they were not able to secure the 2-point, as it would have guaranteed them a lead if the next touchdown were to happen from Bay Path. They tried to pass it more than twice, which is never a good thing, as they passed it 3 times, not being caught the third by Joe Marino, and the ball had gone out after an incomplete pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, this year's girls flag football game against Marblehead will be played on November 23rd at 10 a.m. right here on Bloxage Field. Tickets are available online only. So get your tickets early and come out and show your support for the girls flag football team.
As we're going to be seeing Swampscott kick it off here after the touchdown, Marino, who's done great things this game, hopefully he'll be able to hit us with another great kickoff. As I stand corrected, he did give us a great kickoff as he ended up in the 10-yard line. He's going to be I don't know what number that was.
That looks like it's going to be number 7 and number 8 for Big Blue. And it's going to, it's going to be Brochu running the ball for Bay Path, being brought down by Liam Keeney for Swampscott. Bay Path having another chance on offense to bring back up the score.
Thank you there, Josh. I couldn't see Brochu's number as he was able to make his way straight through a line. Seems as if it was just an open line that he had found and slithered his way through for about 20 straight yards. As Swampscott's going to be figuring out what they're going to try to do here to stop them from going forward. It's going to be a run from the side. It's going to take a while for the ball to be stopped, but it is going to be a first down for the Big Blue. Sorry, not the Big Blue. It's going to be a first down for Bay Path, getting past the Big Blue.
That'll be a first down for the Minutemen. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
They're going to be first and 10 on the 49-yard line.
Bay Path's strong hand here is definitely running through the outside corners where it's less guarded, unlike the middle. As you see here, it's going to be going around the corner and being brought down halfway through. I believe it's going to be 2nd and 4 for Bay Path.
As Josh had just said, it does look like it might be 2nd and 4, but I don't believe so. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Brought down at the 46-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Bay Path.
As Bay Path huddles, they're going to figure out a play to use against the Big Blue so that they can get ahead. They're going to go down. The ball is hiked for a fake run over to the left. Ball's going to be stopped before it can make it to the first down for a remainder of 2 yards, I do believe, for a good old 3rd and 2. 3rd and 1. Even closer than I expected.
Bay Path ball carrier brought down at the 38, at the 42-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Bay Path.
As Bay Path might be able to make it through here. It's not impossible. Question is, will the refs say they did or didn't? If they didn't, it's definitely going to be 3rd and inches.
It looks like they have made it right on the line.
They made it just a bit past the line for a first down for Bay Path.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They're now going to be 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. As the ball is going to be a pass play. The ball is going to be an incomplete pass, as it was almost swiped away by McKeelan, but no need, as it was too far away from the players.
It looks like McKeelan Davis almost had a hand on it, but it was a little bit too far out of reach.
Either
with that, it would have been definitely a great interception by McKeelan Davis if it was right on top of him with the Bay Path player.
as the run play is going to be proving successful for Bay Path, as they're going to move around 5 yards, 5-6 yards up. They basically dogpiled at that point. Half of their players were on the ground. As it is going to be 3rd and 5 yet again for Bay Path.
And as the crowd is getting riled up, trying to stop him here, 3rd and 5 on the 35, 2:43 left in the 3rd.
As the ball's going to be hiked momentarily, a whistle's going to be blown. It's going to be a flag on Bay Path.
I believe it's going to be a delay of game, as the ball has not been snapped within the designated time, pushing them way back towards where they started.
Seems as if the stands aren't so hyped now, as they had just used it all momentarily. As they're now getting hype again for the oncoming play. We're going to be seeing it. It's a run for Bay Path, as it's going to be stopped by Swampscott before getting too far.
I keep on getting distracted by this one Big Blue fan. He keeps on jumping up and down in his seat as every single time the Big Blue brings down the play. But other than that, it's a great stop by Big Blue. It is 4th and 7. I believe Bay Path is going to go for it.
I'm going to agree with you how they're going to go for it, but they are crazy to think so. If they do make this is definitely going to go down in the record books for some time if it ends up to a touchdown.
Looks like
it's
going to be a pass.
Passing play.
If not, he's got to stop the QB.
Sneak!
It is stopped!
And he's out! He's out! It's going to be a turnover on downs.
And looks like it's going to be stopped by Will Bush.
As Swampscott's offense is going to be coming out, and Bay Path's defense is going to be coming in. Will Bush stopped him right about 3 or 2 yards before he would get that first down. As it was a passing play at first, but there was no other option but to run.
Swampscott will take over on downs. It's 1st and 10 for the Big Blue.
Swampscott getting there another chance on offense. Bombarda in the backfield.
As this does give them another chance to score a touchdown. We're going to be seeing Beitler make his way up.
It's got to make his way up. He's going. He's at the 10, the 5. Touchdown. Sorry to take over, Joey. As I was trying to comment on how good Henry Beitler has been doing tonight, we see another excellent explanation of how good he was tonight. Almost the first play down to the other side of the field for another touchdown for the Big Blue.
As Beitler was on the carry, that was an excellent touchdown, as Joss had mentioned. They're going to be going for, I do believe, a 1-point conversion here. Ball is up, and it's good.
Bay Path tried to get a stop on it as he tried to dive over the ball, but is unsuccessful as it goes in through Swampscott with 25-14. Joey, it is definitely a tight, packed game here as it's ending almost the end of the 3rd quarter.
As there's just a minute left in the 3rd quarter, Swampscott's leading almost by double, just 2 points away. As the score is 26-14.
Get comfortable now, Blue. Get comfortable.
as they're getting ready for kickoff. Ball is up. Another one from Joe Marino. A great kick. As he's going to be stopped almost immediately. Downs went down at the 25-yard line.
Definitely a great stop by the Big Blue in the back end.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Minutemen at the 25-yard line.
As the ball's going to be a pass, it's way downfield. Almost cut. There's a flag on the play. I have no clue what the flag is for.
It looks like the way Nikhilin was blocking I believe it was on Nikhilin Davis.
The flag was on Nikhilin Davis. Some are going to agree with it, some are going to disagree. Especially Keelan Davis, as he is going to be expressing his disagree with straight and utter disbelief for what he's hearing on that call.
Penalty will result in a first down.
It's going to be a 15-yard penalty for, I believe, interference with the passer. If not, I may be incorrect.
And the ball is going to be a run here, as it's going to be making its way a pretty decent good length up. At around 6 yards, it is going to be 2nd and 4.
I believe both, but I believe, Joe, you and I can both agree that Bay Pass strong hand here is going outside on the corners, like I said earlier, going around the corners into the outside where it's less packed, as most of the defensive line is in the middle trying to swarm the QB.
As Bay Path is number 10th in the division of Massachusetts and Swampscott is number 7, it seems as if this game is leading to show us what matters more, record or division. As roughing, that's going to be roughing for Bay Path on Swampscott. Bay Path was getting rough with one of the players, as it seems as if this is going to be some sort of justice for Swampscott, as just last play there was another thing against Keelan Davis for interrupting the pass, or pass interference.
And with that, that's going to give a big sigh of relief for the Big Blue, as I believe it's going to be a 10 or maybe a little bit more than 10-yard penalty. There's 5. And I may be correct, it was a 15, maybe 19-yard penalty. Excuse me, that's actually going to be 10. I may not know my numbers tonight, but I know Swampscott is definitely up 26-14 with 3 seconds left in the third.
It is going to be the end of the third quarter as signified by the refs and the scoreboard and the timer. This is going to be ending it with 26-14 this quarter, and I got to get back down to the field.
And with that, we're going to bring it down as we transition ways to Paul and Joey Pelot down on the field. Boys, definitely a great comeback for the Big Blue,
as it is an exciting game here.
By a few points. But other than that, definitely a great game by the Big Blue. Down to you, Paul and Joey.
We got to go. Thanks, guys, as it is an exciting game here in Bloxage Field. 26-14 is your score. Henry Byler with an over 70-yard touchdown run, getting the lead for the Big Blue. The Big Blue are in complete control of this game. They have the momentum. They're at home. The fans are screaming. This is an exciting game here in Bloxage Field. Joey, what do you have to say so far on this game?
It's been a really exciting game, especially on the defensive side. Starting off with a defensive touchdown from Henry Breitler.
huge, capitalizing on momentum, and then going straight in from great tackles by Liam Keeney, Nikhil Davis, and Brian Joe. Been a great game so far. Hoping to see how it ends.
Thanks, Joey, as we'll cut it back to the booth.
Thank you, Joey, Pilot, and Paul. It is the fourth period, 12, and it's going to be 12 minutes left back on to play, and it's going to be picked up and intercepted by Gabe Tripp. And with that, it's Big Blue first down. Gabe Tripp with the turnover. A great play for the Big Blue as they go back onto offense.
Swampscott will take over, 13-10 at the 38 line.
Back as the handoff is to Henry Beitler. Beitler running and brought down at the 50-yard line.
Definitely a great run by Henry Beitler there after a great interception by Gabe Tripp, causing the turnover right where it lands.
It's definitely a good play to keep the Big Blue in with the momentum after they've been in complete control in the second half. As the handoff is to Will Bush, and Bush will get brought down for a gain of 2.
Henry Beitler once again on the carry for Swampscott.
And just like Paul said, it's going to be
About 3 on the play, 2nd and 7 for the Big Blue.
Swampscott up by a couple points. 11:05 left in the final period of regulation. And it's going to be Vombarda in the background. Vombarda with the snap, another pass over to Will Bush. Will Bush getting past the first line of defense, but being dropped back. Whistle is blown before he could get down.
So there's another small gain for Will Bush. If the Minutemen hold on, that'll be a 4 and out after the Gabe Tripp interception. The Big Blue definitely don't want to do that. They want to run down this clock as much as humanly possible. Give the ball to Henry Beitler, which has worked this game since he's scored a touchdown on offense and on defense. Definitely getting involved on both sides of the field. And we'll see 3rd and 6 for the Big Blue. Bombarda snaps. Looks like it's a blitz. It's a handoff. Henry Beitler running. He has a gap. Henry Beitler brought down for a Big Blue first down.
Definitely great yardage by Beitler, and you can definitely see one Bay Path defenseman try to leap for the legs to take down Beitler, but was a little bit too late as he was frustrated as well. Still, great gainage by Beitler for the first down.
The Big Blue holding on. Now that they got the first down, they can run this clock down to under 8 minutes in this possession. If they get another first down, they can run it down even more. So we can expect a run play here. So we see an HB toss out to the right side. And Henry Beitler will get tackled at around the 43-yard line. And that will keep the clock rolling. After the tackle inbounds.
2nd and 11 for Swampscott.
As I believe they lost lostage of 1 yard on the last play. Vombarda's in the backfield once again.
Vombarda stepping back. Screen pass to Demelowitz. Demelowitz running down and brought down from behind. That's going to be a big gain. And he got tackled at around the 20-yard line.
Even though, despite the fact that there was one of the Bay Path players was holding onto the back of Domalowitz's jersey, but we'll skip over that part. Still, 1st and 10 on the 20. 9:04 left in the 4th period. It has definitely been a great game so far for both teams.
The fans definitely getting involved here in Swampscott, using that home field advantage as we see a handoff to, and it will be brought down for a gain of 1. So it looks like that was Will Bush on the carry for the Big Blue. Henry Byler catching his breath real quick, getting involved a lot this game. He needs to get his energy rested quick so he can get back on this field. .8:30 and running here for the game clock. As you see a handoff to Will Bush. Bush trying to break through a defender. He'll get tackled at around the 19-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and long, looks like.
3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 for the Big Blue. Not sure if it's 4-down territory yet. If they want to attempt a field goal, it would be far from this distance. Or they could go for a 4th down and really run out this clock. We see Henry Beitler back in the backfield for the Big Blue. And it will be a fake handoff. Bombarda rolling out right. Broken sack. Using his legs. Bombarda running. Running and will run out of bounds. And it will be a 4th down for the Big Blue. He didn't quite get there. Bombarda rolling out right, using his legs, reading the blitz perfectly, just short of the 4th down. It looks like it'll be 4th and short for the Big Blue. And they will go for it. No field goal unit in sight, as it won't do them much good. It looks like it's still a 2-possession game. So we'll see for it 4th and 5. This is when the fans have to get loud for the Big Blue.
And it looks like they don't have to do anything, Paul. I believe it is going to be a false start on Baymount.
And that will make it a 1st down because it was 4th and 5. That'll bring them past the 1st down.
That'll be 1st and goal for the Big Blue.
Penalty against the Minutemen. It'll be 1st and goal for the Big Blue.
1st and goal is the correct call, as they will be within the 10-yard line. If the Big Blues score here, it'll likely be over after a complete dominant second half. As I did state earlier in this game, Coach Bush can read the situations. As we see a handoff to Henry Beitler, broken tackle. He has 2 defenders on him, and he's brought down, and that'll bring up 2nd and long for the Big Blue. As I was saying, Coach Bush knows how to adjust his lineup. The Big Blue have definitely looked like a better team in the second half, and we have seen that here tonight, as we have 7 minutes and 20 seconds and rolling in the 4th and final quarter for the Big Blue in the opening playoff game. So we'll see what they do here with Will Bush in the backfield.
There's still possible time for Baypath to get a score
Bombarda stepping back. Pass to Nikhil Davis. Touchdown! Did he hold on?
As I believe it was dropped by Nikhil Davis.
You look at the replay and we will lose it. He did drop it. He would have had it. It looked good if he held on. The Big Blue have no choice but to keep looking forward. That pass is in the end zone. It is 3rd and 11 here for the Big Blue. They will likely run it again, as we saw Davis open. Likely a pass here. Will Bush in motion. Bombarda, screen pass to DeMello, and it's dropped at the 10-yard line. That'll bring up 4th and 11 for the Big Blue. They could go for it again. Last time they didn't even have to because of the flag. Or they could go for the field goal attempt. Let's see what they do here.
Well, Coach Bush definitely has to think of a plan now. Definitely don't want to lose this advantage right here. They could possibly go for a field goal, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. Looks like they're going to set up for something different, as they are 4th and goal.
4th and goal at the 11-yard line. Bombarda stepping back. Pass. Caught. Fighting for the first. The Giero line, he's brought down. Actually, no, that was Liam Keeney, number 8 for the Big Blue. Made the catch, was brought down just short. That will give the Minutemen very difficult field position, as they'll start within their own 10-yard line.
They might be in safety range, Paul. We don't know yet. And definitely being in safety range is not good for Baypath, but definitely a step up for the Big Blue. But with the sights of where the ball is being placed, it looks like they're going to be just short of safety range. And they still have 90 yards to go to get another touchdown for Baypath.
Anything is possible here. They are on their own 5-yard. It'll only be a 95-yard drive if they can score a touchdown. And that will still make it a single-digit game, as it is two possession score lead for the Big Blue. As we see a handoff It'll be brought down for a little gain. That'll bring up 2nd and long for the Minutemen. The Minutemen definitely prioritizing the run game even within their own 5. They'll gain 1 yard on that play. 6.5 minutes left of the game.
2nd and 9 for Bay Path.
As the rain starts to fall slowly here in Swampscott. Definitely needed. We haven't had rain within the last week here in Swampscott. That may make things more interesting, especially with the wind. Has been a key factor. It's definitely messed up a few of passes from both quarterbacks. As we see a HB toss to the left and brought down within the 10-yard line. Another small gain. That'll bring up 3rd and long. And you're likely in 4-down territory here, down 2 possessions. And if they don't get it, then it will likely be over here in Bloxage Field.
On the carry.
The running back for Bay Path kind of hesitated as he saw 2 defenders come his way. He either has A, option go the same exact way he's going, or B, run into the second one and try and juke him off.
We see Liam Keeney hyping up the crowd. They need this. This may be their last game here at home, so they're going to take advantage of it. 3rd and 9 on their 6-yard line. Snap, it's a pass, and it's low. If it is complete, they will say it is incomplete. 4th and 9 for the Minutemen. Decision time here for Bay Path.
And you definitely got to love the morality of number 70, Jason Mayo, getting the Swampscott fan section riled up.
You needed that. Definitely take advantage of home field when it counts. We see 5:08 left of the 4th quarter. The clock is stopped because of the incomplete pass.
Bay Path has one more opportunity to get into the 1st down mark. If not, Swampscott has great fieldage for 1st down and a touchdown, possibly.
4th and 8 here. The stop here gives them the ball within the 10-yard line. We see a pass, stepping back.
And it's going to be a sack, and it's dropped.
Going out of sack, couldn't find anyone. That'll be an incomplete pass, giving the Big Blue the ball right back on their 10-yard line. Just outstanding field position for the Big Blue to end this game and move them into the next round.
5:04 left in the 4th, 26-14 Swampscott. Excuse me, that's actually going to be safety made. I'm not sure made by who, but it's going to be 28-14.
So we saw this, the safety was either made by Liam Keeney or Brian Gierla, both getting involved on the play. That will be a safety after a little review thanks to the referee, and that will likely do it here for the at Bloxage Field. You may wonder if a safety may have been the better call. Instead, you could have just started with the ball on their 10-yard line and go for a touchdown. But that will just give the Big Blue more room to run out the clock here. And we've seen a very competitive game. In the 1st half, the Big Blue were down 1 point. Since then, the Big Blue defense has stopped them in the 2nd half and also have gotten 2 touchdowns of their own.
And Bay Path looks like they're going to be setting up for the kickoff.
Thanks to the safety.
Looks like it might be the last one made by Bay Path if Swampscott uses the time wisely on the clock that's left.
We see Keelan Davis in the back receiving for the Big Blue. Kick is up. It's heading towards Gabe Tripp and it's caught by Tripp. He'll bring it out. It's at the 50. And will run out of bounds.
Great yardage by Tripp. Sorry to cut you off, Paul. But definitely great yardage by Tripp. 4:58. Coach Bush just has to use the clock wisely because the clock might be on their side with them being up 28-14.
Gabe Tripp was running out of bounds, then brought down. May have been a little excessive. No call that time, however. As we'll see the Big Blue offense rolling out for likely the last time here in Swampscott. And we get thank you seniors here, as this will likely do it here in the Big Blues home. So we'll see a handoff to Henry Beitler. Beitler running, fighting for the first down, getting pushed from behind, and brought down, I think, just short, and it is. That'll bring up second down for the Big Blue. 4 minutes and 40 seconds and counting. Big Blue taking a small pause to regroup, not trying to do anything crazy here. Lombarda hands it off to Bush. And Bush brought down small gain, and it will bring up a first down for the Big Blue. And I think one more mathematically, and they will be in victory formation. See a small stop in play.
It appears that that was not a timeout being charged to the Minutemen. Clock is running. First and 10 for Swampscott.
3:47 and counting. Clock is running. They'll hand it off to Beitler. Beitler running, and it'll get brought down at the 30-yard line.
Henry Beitler on the carry.
Definitely great yardage. As good yardage by Beitler, but a little bit holding on through from Bay Path as they're trying their hardest to stop him here, as the clock is literally almost 3 minutes exact.
They blew in another huddle, a first down here, maybe one more, and that will likely do it. Just an outstanding second half for the Big Blue. Definitely took control, got the fans motivated, and that creates a winning football team right there. As we see a handoff to Henry Beitler. Beitler rolling out left. He has to stay in bounds and gets brought down inbounds.
With a flag on the play.
Flag thrown.
Henry Beitler on the carry.
As right now, that'll bring up third down.
Depending on what this flag, who the flag is on, and
flag on the play.
See a face mask against the Minutemen. That is a 15-yard penalty, ladies and gentlemen. And that'll,
sorry, Paul, to cut you off. Continue what you were saying.
And that'll bring up a first down for the Big Blue. 2 minutes and 51 seconds, and I believe counting.
I believe the clock is going to stop there, as it is a penalty.
That's going to be a penalty against the Big Blue.
So it'll actually go against the Big Blue. Not sure what that was. So we did see the face mask sign, but that will be a timeout, I believe, for Swampscott. Nope, it will be for the Minutemen. Not sure what that penalty was called, as we saw from the referee a face mask symbol or signal, but that may likely not change it, as we'll see that all the referees huddle up. So we won't get that shot, but all 5 of them are huddled up discussing what happened that last play. 28-14 is your score. 2 minutes and 51 seconds left of the game.
And at this time, while we have a moment, make sure you subscribe to the channel to watch it live when the game happens, and to follow our Instagram at Swampscott_TV to be notified when we go live. And this still is the first round of playoffs. Swampscott looks like they have the upper hand here, maybe going to the second round of playoffs, but still Bay Path still has opportunity to score back here within the little time range they have.
You see a handoff to Bush, and Bush brought down for a small gain. It was 2nd and 12 the play before. It'll probably bring up 3rd and long.
That's the second timeout of the half.
And it'll be another timeout for Bay Path. Their second of the half. Not really sure what the holdup is, as one more first down and is likely victory formation. I mean, it is a playoff game, so they will fight for any miracle they can get. So it would take a miracle. It would take a turnover, touchdown, onside kick, and another touchdown. seems far-fetched, but it is still possible. And the Big Blue have to realize it is still possible. They need to hold on to this lead. One more break, we'll see Will Bush in the backfield, number 4. See an audible call. Barta telling his team, Bush switching sides. It'll be a pass. Screen to DeMelowitz. This time it worked. DeMelowitz caught, broke his ankle. Spin move again.
Definitely have the first down now.
And brought down at the 10-yard line. DeMelowitz was dragging 2 defenders on his back for around 10 yards. An athletic play by Jay DeMelowitz. That's what all that training this season has done for the Big Blue.
Dominus gets the screen pass, spins around not 1, not 2, but 3 defensive players from Bay Path. And with that, it is first and goal for the Big Blue with 2:22 on the clock for the final quarter. And it looks like it's not stopping anytime soon.
No reason for the clock to stop. If you're the Big Blue, have to keep running here, bring it down. If they get a touchdown, even better. If they run out this game and get the win, that is what is most important. See 3 receivers lined up on the left, 1 on the right. Von Barta hands it off to Bush. Bush running inside, looking for end zone. Brought down, is he in? I think he's just short.
Looks like he was brought down by the 3 or 2 yard line. Other than that, they just need one more push up the middle or a really good outside run. And then they'll be up by another 6 points. And with that, it's almost 90 seconds left in the 4th period. Swampscott still up 28-14. And the ball is on the 2 yard line. Swampscott's just got to do is take 2 big steps.
We'll see Bush in the backfield another time. Hand up to Bush. Bush running right side and is brought down for a tackle for loss. That'll move him back a couple yards. Clock still running, 3rd down.
As we're under the final 60 seconds here, this is the only game here for the first round of playoffs at Bloxage Field. Other than that, if Swampscott wins, which most likely they will, possibly by the end of this, by my sentences, it will be at least 30 or 20 seconds left. Swampscott will be advancing on to 2nd round of playoffs. If so, if they continue to do good like they do tonight, we might be ending up where we were a couple years ago, and that'll be a definitely great way to see. 28 seconds left, 28-14 Swampscott. Ball is on the 5.
So we'll see a handoff to Bush. Bush brought down again, and they will likely run it out. No reason to go for it.
And with that, Paul, it has definitely been a great season. It was definitely a great season for the Big Blue, and definitely a great season work with you here for the football. And with that, the final 3 seconds, 2, 1, your Swampscott Big Blue advancing up to the 2nd round of playoffs after winning against the undefeated champs Bay Path Regional 28-14. We're going to send it possibly back down to the field with Joey Blood and Joey Pilot. Boys, definitely a great game for the Big Blue. 1st round playoff with victory against the undisputed Baymont Regional.
And what a game it has been for the Big Blue. 28-14, big game in the playoffs. At home, fans going crazy, and a whole ton of momentum going into the next game. Joey, it's been an amazing game, but what were some of the key moments that you saw that was really fundamental and just is going to be really good going to the next game?
Some key moments for Swampscott Big Blue were that there was amazing teamwork all the time. There was always one person backing up another when another was getting tackled during offense or when something was happening on defense. There was always another person there. And also another highlight was Henry Beitler's amazing run all the way from one side of the field to other to the other with a fumble recovery, especially, let that be known, for a whole touchdown, which was amazing. But it seemed as if at the end of the game, when there were around 10 seconds left, the team did start getting a little cocky and they started literally dancing on the field. I'm going to give this back over to Joey Pilot, and this is the rest for me for tonight.
Yeah, great game. Looking for this is a huge win for the Big Blue. Hoping that there will be, hopefully some momentum going into the playoffs and make a run. And we'll see how it goes. And this has been me, Joey Pilot, Joey Blood, signing off after a great game for the Big Blue.
And with that, Paul, it's been great working with you here down here at Bloxage Field all this football season. And with that, Swampscott's going to go down and on the road to continue their path to the Super Bowl. And with that, I'm Josh Harmon. He's Paul Barbunas. We say goodnight to you for the final time at Bloxage Field.